Hi and welcome back to the channel. So this time I'm hiking in Denmark and it is 2020, so we are hiking while the corona is full on. This time I'm hiking a trail called Hærvejen. It is a famous Danish trail. It's 486 kilometers. So this is my third backpacking trip and I'm very excited. I want to hike the whole trail. So the question is, do I finish this one? If you see my other videos, you will see that I had some trouble with finishing the trails because of some different complications and stuff. So this time it was actually a friend of mine that convinced me to do this trail. Normally I wouldn't hike in Denmark, but because of Corona I didn't have another choice. So that was a perfect timing for me to hike with my friend. So one of the reasons why this trail is so famous is because of all the history that happened on the trail. I don't know a lot about this history and it's not why I wanted to hike it. I'm purely nature motivated hiking trails. But for my friend it was his motivation for hiking the trail. So it was a good match to learn things from each other, especially because this was his first backpacking trip. We started our journey by taking the train 4 hours up north. So it's always very special to start on a new trail, so we were very excited, as you can see. So the first day we hiked 13 kilometers. You really get a fast feeling of what the trail is like. It is very much a trail, especially this part of it is forest, road, forest, road, forest, road. That means that we walked very fast. I will say this is not the most beautiful or famous part of the trail. You can see here on the map how far we actually are from this place. And that's just how it is when you hike a very long trail. Not all the trail is gonna be absolutely amazing and beautiful and everything you really wanna see. So in Denmark you can sleep in something called a shelter. It's absolutely amazing and it is high standards here in Denmark. It makes it very easy to hike a Danish trail because it's everywhere in Denmark, and I don't have to take my tent with me and other kind of stuff. So what I remember, my backpack was maybe 9 kilograms, I think. So I learned pretty fast that I'm not good at walking on pavement and just walking straight for a very long time. It really tears on my body, and already on the first day I felt a lot of pain in my shoulders. One of the things that are very normal on the trail is hiking through a small town. You often see some churches on the way and there are a lot of possibilities to stock up on food. So this was really something that was very special for me and Nisse. We just hiked through a very small town and we stopped to watch this little building, and suddenly a woman was calling on us and she asked if we wanted a soda, and we were like, of course. We came into her garden, sat down, chilled, said hello to her cat and her chickens and met her husband, and it was absolutely amazing. So it's also pretty normal on this trail to sleep on a hostel. We really needed to wash our clothes and take a bath. At this time in Denmark there was actually a heat wave and we are not used to that in Denmark, and definitely not when you hike and are out in the sun every day. So it was kind of bad timing with the heat wave, so we were definitely needing a break. So one of the best things about the trail is all the animals. I would probably say the best time on trail was when we had to walk through a field where there were horses. They were so cute and they all wanted to say hello. As you can see, they even followed us through the field. It was really a good time. Okay, as I go through the journey, there are a lot of things that was my favorite part of the journey, and this shelter was one of them. Absolutely beautiful, amazing view. There was a water source and we were just cozying up, and then we heard people starting to grill just 50 meters from the shelter. Suddenly they came over and gave us some warm, delicious food. And when you get a hot meal on the trail, it always tastes so good. And later, they had cake with them. So on trails, stuff just happened. We finally arrived to Aalborg, and at the shelter just 5 kilometers out of the city. We planned to sleep there. However, when we arrived, it really looked dirty and there were trash everywhere, and it felt like it wasn't a safe place to be. I was very tired. My body still hurt a bit and I was starting to doubt if I could hike the 486 kilometers. So we both agreed on taking a taxi into the city, and that stopped our continuous footprint on the trail. I was not feeling it. I really needed a bath after 4 days on the trail. So the city is so beautiful, so it was a no-brainer that we wanted to take a 0 day, so a day off with no hiking. And I'm so happy I did that. I really needed to get my head in the game again, and mentally I was struggling a bit. So this was really helping a lot. So things start to happen now. There is a change in our attitude about hiking the trail. I don't know how much it was affecting him, but for me, I did change a bit. And the next 10 kilometers, we had to walk through the city, and I couldn't imagine anything more boring. And I wasn't that motivated right now. So I asked him if we could take a bus to the next place where the trail becomes more a trail than a road walk. He agreed, so that's what we did, and it was absolutely the best decision. It suddenly felt right being back on the trail. So I guess you have already figured out if I finished this trail? I didn't. We hiked 100 kilometers on the trail. I was just fed up with hiking on the road. It was still a heat wave and my body still hurt. It felt like needles sticking into my shoulders. I just had enough. It wasn't for me, and I didn't want to use my vacation and all my energy on this trip. It really broke my heart when I had to tell him that I didn't want to continue the trail. For him, this was a big dream for him to hike the trail, and he decided not to continue without me. It was his first backpacking trip. He just didn't want to hike alone. So next stop is taking the bus into a city called Viborg. It's an absolutely beautiful city, so we ended up having 2 nights there. I'm really happy that we got to the city. It was a really beautiful way to end this hike. I don't remember how he felt about this. I think he was very sad about it, and I have talked to him after finishing the trail, and he told me that it was still his biggest dream to continue on the trail. I really hope that he will someday be on the trail and get the courage to do it. And if you want to continue watching my videos, the next trip is going to Norway, and it's actually only 2 weeks after this trip. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.